Hello everyone, welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin, and today we are going to be looking into how you can bring about your true and authentic self by stepping out of your comfort zone, by stepping out of the rules society has placed on us and these boxes we've been stuck within. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be continuing on with the theme of Pride Month, as I am within the queer community, so I really wanted to bring out some fun Pride related videos, but make sure that it is inclusive for all. So we're going to be doing something that I feel like is a topic that is spoken upon a lot, and that is the idea of like stepping out of the closet, right? So having to come out. So in this case, what are different coming outs for all different types of people? So what is this closet? What is this box? What are these self-limiting beliefs for each of us? Beyond just pride, where do we all kind of fit into these boxes? No matter if you are in the community or outside of the community, I think that it was really important to bring this forward. So I hope you guys enjoy each of these piles. But before we begin, before I start talking about each of the piles, I do want to say a huge welcome to all the wonderful new kindred spirits that have joined us and those who would like to join. I do other timeless readings on your spiritual gifts and magical abilities, what makes you attractive, what makes you most proud of yourself, and other ones, as well as monthly readings and 2-week forecasts and some other magical ones as well. So if you're interested in any or all of those, then feel free to subscribe and join this wonderful community. And yeah, with all of that said, let's start looking at these piles and each of these boxes. So with each of these boxes here today, they all are containing different things. So I'm also going to show you guys the sound of each of them. So for pile number 1, this is the sound. And it has a little rainbow. It is covered in all these beautiful, it's kind of got a cottagecore vibe, and it has a little bench here as well. So this is pile number 1. Then for pile number 2, we have this like music playlist sort of vibe going on, and then also it has a like, I think it's just a sign, right? Yeah, a sign on the backside, but it's like a rainbow one. So this is the sound for pile number 2. And then lastly here, the small little black box says imagine here for pile number 3 in this rainbow color. And this is the sound. Ooh, a little bit more high pitched. So that is pile number 3. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath together so you can really gather your intuition, gather your thoughts, really sit with each of the piles, and feel free to pause if you need to as well. But let's go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath together here now. And as always, there's no right or wrong way to choose your piles. You can choose 1 pile, 2 piles, all 3 piles, choose a pile, change your mind, flip-flop as you need to. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. And yeah, so if you already know which pile is for you, feel free to go down in the description below or use the chapter marks within the video to find your timestamp to each of the piles so it's easy to access. But also down in the description, you can also find the different decks and supplies that I use, because I use quite a variety here today. So if you're interested in that, that'll be down below, as well as my Instagram, because I'm on there every day and I love connecting with you guys there. So feel free to see what I've got there as well for the behind the scenes and different things that I do. And then lastly, you can also find how you can get private readings down below as well. Some of my favorite ones and my favorites to do, and the ones that a lot of people really love, are the snail mail readings that I do. So those ones will be actually sent in the mail. It's a huge experience. It's so much fun. So feel free to check out all the details on that below. But we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello group 1, if you've decided to choose this box with the little bench and the rainbow on it, then this is the pile for you. We're actually going to open that just in a moment, because I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I normally do, where we pull the cards and then do the charms. So we're going to do it kind of backwards today, but I'm excited to see what comes in for your pile. So we're using the charms, although they'll be in the box. We're also going to be using these watercolor affirmation cards, these Chakra Love Oracle deck, this Oracle deck of the Spellcasting Oracle, and the Crystal Unicorn deck for Pride. And also within the box, there's going to be these tiny little tarot cards, as well as some words too. So let's go ahead and open your box and see what's inside for you. I intuitively pulled each of your guys' messages beforehand, so I wouldn't be here shuffling for so long for each of you, but we're going to see what's inside your box. So this is representing the things that you are currently holding on to that are either holding you back outwardly or inwardly, subconsciously, consciously. So we're going to look into those. So let's go ahead and see what's in your box. All right. So let me go ahead and zoom you in so you can see all of it a little bit more clearly. But, so first off, you have the letter X showing up here. So this could be an X. This could be holding yourself back because of a past relationship. Also, it could just have to do with the actual letter X. Alongside that, we have the top dog charm. We also have the show your face charm, although it is upside down, so that's kind of interesting too. We have end pride, craving, justice, nature, sharing, and fly. So you have quite a few of them there. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit more so you can see it even more clearly. And then you also have here for your tarot card, you have the Seven of Pentacles here. So the Seven of Pentacles, they're usually feeling a little like unfulfilled, or they're waiting for a really long time for something to come to fruition. So it's that needing to rest, needing to wait things out, so that you can have the flourishing effect that you get with the Nine of Pentacles later on. But because it's inside of your box and alongside some of these charms, I really do think there are several things that are inside of your box. We don't ever have just like one thing that is holding us back. So I really do think that, based off some of your charms, the things that you may be wanting or may be craving, and obviously we have craving showing up here too, is like you need some nature, some downtime. You've been holding yourself back from being able to head out into nature, even fly or head to a place of nature that you haven't been able to go to for a while. Because it really does, because of your main card here, it's making me think that you're just really feeling stuck in one place. And based off this, last year we've all been stuck in like a legit box of our houses and our homes. So I'm not too surprised that you guys want to get out to nature or want to fly to nature. So maybe going to really big parks or going to national landmarks or something like that is showing up here. So these are things that are stuck in your box right now and haven't been available to you based off of self-beliefs, self-limiting beliefs, or based off of finances or whatever. But this box, this is what has been in your way for a while. Other things you might be wanting to head out to is, since we do have Pride showing up here, which is really fun that we actually got that one, is that you may be wanting to actually fly out to Pride or be a part of Pride, or because we have Justice showing up here too, Pride marches or heading on some sort of like wanting to be able to actually give back to your community, even if it's not Pride related, but if you have some other social change or social justice that you wanted to share your feelings on, or you're wanting to really show your support for, be an ally for, or because you're already in the community and you're wanting to be able to give back, that is what I'm seeing coming up here too. The other things that I see, and I said this back at the beginning, is we do have this X showing up here. So it really does make me think that you may have an actual ex, someone, either it can be a friendship as well. So this X doesn't represent only romantic relationships, but you may have one that ended recently, and there may just still be closure that needs to happen there, or that you're still craving them, you don't want to, or that they're still kind of holding you back in some way. They're still stuck in your box. They're still holding you in your box. Maybe you need to create boundaries, or you need to create, separation from one person to the other, where they're still getting blurred. But that is showing up here. The other charms that you had too was the top dog charm. And so this may represent, especially with nature showing up here, and it says top dog right here in case you're curious. So it says top dog right there. But this charm can talk about, one, wanting to be feeling fulfilled, because we did have that craving show up here. So you may have been also wanting to be more open with what you're eating, or maybe you've been wanting to try a new lifestyle change with what you're eating or how you're eating, or something having to do with your food intake. And that can represent a lot of different things. And obviously do the thing that feels the healthiest and best for you and not for other people. Definitely do it, because if you're going to change your lifestyle or your diet, make sure that it's because it's for you and is in a healthy way as well. One that's going to actually benefit you. And I'm not saying just health is in like fitness or really wanting to lose weight or whatever. I mean, health is in like just in moderation, eating in moderation and eating with intention. So whatever that intention is for you is what's going to really matter the most, but definitely keep your mental health in mind, because your body runs off your mental health in general. So the other things that I'm seeing here, though, with craving and the top dog in general, is that you're craving a leadership position, too. I really think with the top dog, it makes me think that you're craving a leadership position, especially with that pride and justice. And this has honestly been coming up a lot. So I feel like a lot of you have been getting this lately, of this social justice kind of warrior vibe. Like you guys are really just wanting to take up a leadership position to help other people, even if it's on a smaller scale. But that's been stuck in your box. You haven't been able to pursue those things. And then the last thing here we have here before we dive even deeper with the other cards is the show your face charm. So this is about being your authentic and true self. And at the moment it's been upside down. So either one, which kind of gives me like a reflection charm, like you're trying to see things from a different perspective, or you're trying to change other people's perspectives, or that you've been stuck looking at one way that everybody's kind of telling you to look. Your exes are telling you, other people around you, society's telling you, but you know in your heart that this is actually the way that your perspective on morals, on ethics, on bigger things like that, or just on yourself is what matters most. So I really think you're changing your perspective, or you're ready to start changing your perspective towards something that you can be proud of yourself, that you can look at yourself and be like, wow, this is really my true and authentic self. And because of that, I can then help other people on their journey to be their true and authentic self. So there's a lot that we unpacked here. I'm going to go ahead and quickly move them off camera down here, and we're going to go ahead and start diving into the rest of your reading. All right, so now that we know what's actually in your box, what's holding you back, who's holding you back, what self-limiting beliefs that you have around pride, around leadership, around nature, and around feeling that like Seven of Pentacles stuck feeling that you've had, now we're going to look into how you can actually move out of this box, what you could become, where you're heading, and what this box is really representing for you. So let's go ahead and start looking into that. So group one, we're looking for information and energy for group one here. Ooh, you got the Magician. That's amazing, especially with that leadership role. I really do think that you have, and this is definitely like, I didn't really stress this, but this is within like probably the next 6 months. Things and steps that you can start doing to work yourself out of this box that you've been in. So how can you start doing that? We have the Magician showing up. So within the next 6 months, you're really going to start bringing in your own empowerment practices, self-care. Also, just possibly some of you are very magical, so that's coming in as well. We also have here the Three of Swords, so some reflection on some of those things that happened in the past, especially with healing, because we did have that X card, so I'm really seeing a lot of healing coming in here, especially with pride. I really feel like a lot of you guys who are within the lgbtqia plus community are really feeling that with the Three of Swords, because we did actually get a lot of pride related things showing up here, having it all, looking at it all, seeing it all from that perspective of like self-awareness of who you are. We also have here the Six of Wands, a leadership role. Crazy how much that's showing up. You definitely have some sort of sense to lead, especially based off of your past experiences. And this honestly came up a lot within the last few weeks. And so a certain specific part of my audience is definitely watching these piles and getting these messages. So if that is you, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really curious. But let's go ahead and see what else is coming in here for you, group 1 here. How you can open yourself up within the next 6 months for this box. Okay, so here we have transformation. Wow, okay, so this one, transformation, all these cogs, these things are starting to change and shift within you. Your perspective is shifting. You're not holding on to these self-limiting beliefs that other people have projected on you, and you're able to have this pride come in. There's like this illumination that comes behind there as well. Like you're finally, maybe you've been transforming for a while, and transformation happens in a cocoon, right? It happens when we are, we don't have, not everybody always sees transformation on a visible, like, seeing wavelength. Sometimes it happens, within the cocoon where you can't see it. We turn to goo. We change from the caterpillar to the butterfly, right? And many butterflies beyond that, we continue to transform. But I really think that you're finally going to allow people to see the butterfly emerge from this cocoon within the next 6 months. And while you're in the cocoon, I really do see a lot of that healing. So let's see what else is coming in within a chakra message. So this, we're going to be looking into, which chakra really needs help in balancing within the next 6 months to help you move and illuminate this transformation from the box, which is literally like the cocoon. I just was thinking about that. That's like your cocoon, your safe space to grow and transform, and where and which like chakra do we need you to transform within. So we have here the solar plexus, which is your confidence. So we have the solar plexus chakra, fearlessness, turn your worrier into a warrior, which is just like, I feel like they're just screaming at you about this leadership role, and I'm so excited for it. And it could be something super small. It could just be finally allowing yourself to talk to your family, finally allowing yourself to be authentic with your friend group, or it could be something much larger within your company, within your within like big pride marches or other types of marches for social change. These could be big or small things, but I do think that if you're ready to emerge, you will be within the next 6 months, because you're gaining that confidence to be more fearless. You've gone through some hard stuff, like you've gone through some hard heartbreaks, you've gone through difficult things, you've gone through people not accepting you, and like your faults and where you're at and all that kind of stuff. But I really think that you're finally allowing yourself to switch, that self-awareness, to finally seeing you, who you truly are, and whatever their, mental ideas are on you, they don't have to affect you anymore, because you've kind of gained this fearless armor, because of that warrior kind of feeling. So we have, anyway, I'm like getting ahead of myself. Your guys' pile is so like boom, 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 boom for whatever reason. So I'm just like excited to tell you. But we have the solar plexus chakra, which is the chakra just above your belly button. It is like the yellow chakra, and it's the energy center of your confidence and your ego and your outward way of presenting. We have amber showing up here, so if you want to work on this chakra to gain that fearlessness, to gain some of that confidence to come in, amber is a great crystal to work with. Other great ones for confidence as well, or any really yellow stone that you have, but that is something that you could be using. But there we are. So I'm going to pull your last card, and then we'll kind of wrap into the rest of this. So this is your affirmation. So we're seeing what affirmation you could be using within the next 6 months to bring this forward, to cocoon out of this cocoon, to open up your shell, to step on out and be your true authentic self. So you got 2 of them here. So we have, you already know the answer. So if you've been waiting for an answer on something for this leadership role to come in, or if you've been stuck because of societal reasons, like maybe it's not only just that you've been in the cocoon because you are transforming, but you also might have had other reasons outside of your control that have been in your way. I really think that you're going to be getting an answer within the next 6 months on this leadership position, on the finances to take those trips, to fly, to head towards Pride, or whatever it is that you're waiting for an answer on. And then your other one here is honesty is the best policy. So being honest not only with yourself but other people around you when you feel safe to really speak about who you are. I do think that because you have that end card and the X and the honesty is the best policy and all of this cleansing rain, right? Like we're finally seeing the rainbow on the other side. I think that you are also going to finally find closure within this relationship with a friend, with a romantic partner, or otherwise. I just think that there was something that was within your path that needed healing that came from not only closure with them, like if you aren't able to physically see them or have a conversation with them, finding closure within yourself to close off, seal off, or to start to begin healing within that relationship will happen within the next 6 months to help you transform and grow to your next, highest potential. Because we do really have here the Magician, and the Magician, like I said, you have everything in your corner when you get the Magician card. The Magician card is like the yes card, the go for it card. You have everything that you could possibly need at this time to start forging your path forward, to start carving out that door to open this box, So I really do think that you guys have so much potential and so much opportunity that is surrounding you right now. And a lot of it comes down to self-limiting beliefs, and a lot of it honestly is coming from that healing, that you need that healing to be able to move forward, to be able to open doors, to be able to allow yourself the opportunities and the determination to head towards these leadership roles and towards these social change or social justice, literally warrior, that you may want to be. So definitely embrace it, group 1. Embrace that warrior that you have within you that is emerging from this little cocoon, emerging from the shell, and allowing yourself to be your true authentic self, to heal from these relationships that you've been in the past, and to start heading towards the leadership roles that you are seeking. So this could be within career, this could be finally just being acknowledged as your true authentic self, creating community that people can follow to push social change for. Whichever one is really resonating, or multiple is resonating, then definitely take that and lead with it. But yeah, I hope you found this reading useful and helpful for your own transformation and growth, group 1, and that if you did, let me know in the comments down below how it resonated for you, if specific cards really hit you, if you enjoyed the type of reading that we did here today, because I'd love to do these maybe every 6 months and just check back in with you guys and see what's still in your box and what can still emerge and grow, because we all have things that, rattle around in there. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed. Also, please be sure to give this video a like if you really did like it. I really do appreciate it, as it helps this channel continue to grow and flourish. So thank you to everyone who has liked the video. I truly do appreciate it. Also, if you are new and this is one of your very first videos here with me, feel free to welcome yourself down in the comments. I'd love to meet some of you guys and say hello. And then also feel free to subscribe if you're interested in more timeless readings like this one and other ones that I do on what makes you most proud, your spiritual and magical gifts and abilities, what makes you attractive, and so much more. And I also do readings on 2-week forecast and monthly blessings, as well as some magical content too. So if you're interested in any or all of that, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Keep emerging from this butterfly, this cocoon, and I will see you guys very soon with another video. So thank you so much, and bye. Hello, group 2. If you've decided to choose this box, then this is the pile for you. We're going to be using the charms, but the charms are actually going to be in the box today. And then we also have within your box a few different letters, or actually different words with many letters. And also I put in a mini tarot card as well. So we're going to be opening your box first, but after we open your box, And after we see what's kind of hiding within your box, what you're kind of holding yourself back, what are these self-limiting beliefs and what are you wanting to awaken, we're then going to use varying tarot cards from the Unicorn Crystal Tarot, the Spellcasting Oracle, and the Chakra Love Oracle, as well as with these watercolor affirmation cards to start really investigating and looking on how you can move from the box to outside of the box. So let's go ahead and open your box here, group 2. So let's see what is within. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set this box just on the side here so you guys can see it. But actually, I'm probably going to end up zooming you in here first, though, so you can see more of what is going on here. So let's go ahead and start sorting these out. You have toxic, ignore, delirium. You have her intention and worth. Interesting. So we also have here the turtle charm, the headphones charm, the thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor charm, and then also your tarot card at the very center of everything is like the anxiety card of the 9 of Swords. So you have the 9 of Swords here. This can represent nightmares. This can represent anxiety of holding yourself back because of anxiety, because of worry, because of these spiraling thoughts that we all have within us at different times, especially during the night, especially when we have boredom, especially when we have those idle thoughts that don't always have to belong to us. Sometimes we have thoughts that find their way into our psyche because of other people, because of things we've heard from society, especially surrounding our self-worth, surrounding our personal views within ourselves, and all these sorts of things that can come outwardly and inwardly. But that is at the heart of your box, is this anxiety. So where is this anxiety coming from? So we have the not listening charm. So this is about people not listening to you, people not really fully listening, hearing you out, hearing out your ideas, hearing out what you want to bring to the table. You have intention, you have things you want to bring, but other people are just ignoring those. They're ignoring those ideas that you're trying to bring to the table. So we have, like I said, worth showing up here, self-worth, your self-esteem, being possibly lower or being lowered by the people that you are surrounding yourself with, or the people that just happen to be within your space at this time. So we have that thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So this is about people telling gossip, lies, half-truths, or that they are projecting. That's what I always feel like this charm talks about. This is people projecting their stuff onto you, right? So if they're not feeling really great about themselves, a lot of people will project, and you possibly could be projecting at this time. Although mostly what I'm seeing is less projection and more that you are stuck in maybe a toxic space right now, or you've been personally in a toxic box lately because of the people that you're surrounded around that aren't truly hearing your thoughts, aren't truly listening to your ideas, or listening to your boundaries possibly too, that you've been putting up boundaries and they're not really, they're just stepping right over them, ignoring them, especially those presenting with she, her within their gender. The other things that are coming in here for me with you is we do have the turtle charm. So this represents the slow and steady. This represents slow and steady wins the race, slow and steady turtle spirit. So this is about taking things slower, calming down. So you may have been wanting to start heading towards these ideas, maybe you're wanting to head towards a job, heading towards, really wanting to take up, a new class, whatever it is. You have obviously some intention of something that you're really wanting to bring forth, and obviously people aren't listening to. So whatever that is for you specifically, there is the advice of taking it slow and steady. But also for some of you, it may also be that you're taking and I have this problem sometimes too, that it can also be more of procrastination. of kind of ignoring what you need to, like your self-care, ignoring your own personal self-care needs, and also creating, like, when you have a turtle, right, they go straight into their shell. They're staying in their shell. They're staying in their box. So you've definitely been kind of either forced into this box because of other people's words, because of the people you're currently surrounded around, but also because you are ignoring the self-care needs that you have, of creating boundaries, of creating a space that you can feel loved and worthy. And you are worthy, honestly, no matter what anyone says. And I know you could technically say whatever, no matter what I say as well, but I really do mean it when I say that you guys have worth. Everyone has something to bring to the table. Everyone has, everybody has some true worth, something that we bring to the table, something that is very unique about us, something that we have ideas and cares and love and energy to bring to this life. And, no matter what it is, you have worth, okay? You do. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and move some of these aside and come back here in a moment, and we'll go ahead and start pulling some cards to see what we can start to do within the next 6 months to break you out of this shell and start heading towards life outside of this box. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now that we're back, let's go ahead and start pulling those cards. So we're looking for, within the next 6 months for you, group 2, to see what you can start doing to bridge the gap from one box to heading outside of the box. How you can open a little window to open some air, to refresh, and start heading towards life outside of the lines, So where can you start placing either these boundaries, placing these worth, creating space for yourself? Where is that coming in? So we have here the 7 of Cups. First off, knowing that you have opportunity, that you have worth, that you have something you can head towards, and that it isn't just a fantasy or a dream. It is real, it is there, and it is available to you. So that's what I'm seeing here first off with the 7 of Cups. So let's see what else is coming in here for you. Group 2. So group 2. How can you start bridging the gap, start opening doors, start creating opportunities for yourself within the next 6 months, and start manifesting those forward? We also have the Strength card. Oh, what a beautiful card this one is. This is about inner strength as well. Standing up for yourself, really letting yourself know that you have worth and know that you are, that you have a voice as well, because it's been silenced for so long, that you can really roar and tell your truth, tell your honest truth. So that's exciting to see. So let's see some more information on how that could start coming about. So we have the Ace of Swords. This is communication. This is finally bridging that first step to communicate. Aces talk about first steps, first beginnings, that very, very small kindling of a flame right before it turns into a fire or starts burning into something that's really, roaring. So we have here with the Ace of Swords, this is the very beginning of communication, because swords represent communication. They represent how we talk and how we present ourselves. It also represents our minds, and seeing as you had the 9 of Swords before, of feeling that anxiety, this is a fresh restart, right? You're going to be able to put aside some of that and be able to begin again, to start anew. So let's see what else you have coming in. Today, I don't talk about each of the cards individually like that, but for whatever reason today I've been really feeling mixing up the way that I've been reading lately. Maybe it's me getting outside of my box, who knows? Maybe you guys are just sort of washing off onto me, but let's see what else here. Group 2. So group 2, how can you start creating and opening these doors for yourself? So we have here manifestation. So if you guys use manifestation, law of attraction, if you use wishcrafting, spell casting, whatever it is for you and your own personal practice, this would be a great time to start creating that personal power. This also makes me think of the Magician card with the above and below. So if you work with any spirit guides, especially animals or something within the animal plane, And I know this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but for those of you where it does, I really do think that reaching out to them for help and assistance at this time, reaching out to your spirit guides, your cosmic team, your whatever it is for you, within your religion and faith, this is the time to really reach out to them, to bring in that strength, to bring out those ideas within you, to bring out your inner power that's getting lost within this jumble of other people's ideas, what society is bringing onto you, what's being projected onto you by these people that are in your life currently, which you may need to let go of as well, or at least bridge a gap of communication that was lost before, where there weren't really good strict boundaries as well, because this kind of creates a boundary too, right, that above and below energy. So let's go ahead and see your chakra message here. So this is going to tell us which chakra or energy center within our bodies that you can start working within the next 6 months to bring out and bring into balance, because it may have just been one that really needs a little bit more love and care. So let's see what's coming in here for you, group 2. Okay. So yeah, all right, so you got the one that actually is all of them, but they talk about something within each of the chakras. So for you, yours really comes with needing balancing between all of your 7 main chakras. So that goes from the very top of the crown all the way down to the root chakra. So for yours, it says here, harmony makes the song of life sweeter. They talk about different crystals that you can use to help bring the balance here. And you have turquoise, labradorite, and green jasper. So this is a lot about having to use harmony, having to create harmony. So harmony is sort of, it's like a more musical term. So especially if some of you, because we have the headphones here and we have harmony showing up here, and then I was just already getting like a creative idea too with the Ace of Swords and communication, that you guys maybe need to, one, work with your throat chakra, but then also I was thinking that in general, I feel like you need to open yourself up to not only talking and communicating, but also if your ideas and intentions were driven by the idea of singing or musical instruments or dancing or something that has to do with a musical creative plane, I really think that that is something that you should continue to direct your energy towards, because you're being guided by this manifestation of your spirit guides or spiritual team or wherever that is and lies for you, especially within animals, to start really heading towards a path that has to do with creativity or has to do with creativity in the form of music. So let's go ahead and see your last 2 messages here, and then I'll kind of wrap up and talk about what else we have coming in here. But we're going to see the affirmations that you're getting. So what you can use to say every morning to talk to yourself, to bring into your life, that you could be bringing in within the next 6 months to help sort of work on that subliminal plane and see what comes in. So let's see here. So group 2, which affirmation does group 2 really need to hear right now? So you got another balancing message. So there is a lot about needing to balance your life as well to create these harmonies, to create more space for yourself. And I'll talk even more on that in just a moment with the 7 of cups here. But we have the balance over imbalance charm. Card. And then we have listen before you act. So again, that's slow and steady. So if you're ready to communicate to someone about your intentions, about your boundaries, trying to be very intentional, make sure that you are legit intentional with how you're going to go about it, instead of just acting upon it or really using a lot of strength and like force to try to make people listen to you. And just don't go in with a really soft voice, but definitely not one that also is abrasive. Somewhere in between, walk that balancing line there. So we have those 2 showing up here for you. Listen before you act, and balance over imbalance. So the last 2 things that I wanted to state here real quick is with the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups, like I said, you have a lot of opportunity. You have a lot of different things you could start heading out towards. So there is a lot at your feet that you may have been just kind of closing the door off to, or stating like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if so and so says I'm good enough to be able to do that. And who cares what so and so says, right? Like they don't know you. They don't know what your true authentic self wants and needs and craves. But we have this 7 of Cups, and so there's lots of opportunity. This also talks about fantasy or dreaming or thinking that everything's still up in the clouds, but there are things that are in your physical realm right now that you can manifest into your life. So if you're wanting that new job, if you're looking for more musical ideas in your life, if you're looking to communicate these boundaries into your life, then you have to know that they are available to you, and they are available to you. And just that flip of that switch of just allowing yourself to realize that there are opportunities and that things are available to you can make such a big difference. I know personally when I've been stuck in a box, when I've been telling myself these self-limiting beliefs, and sometimes even trying to use them to protect myself, or say, oh, I don't know if I could start that YouTube channel, or oh, I don't know if I could do these things because I don't know XYZ, or I don't have enough of this, or so-and-so says that, or that. At the end of the day, if you kind of just create a blank slate, just really breathe, let the tension out of your body, really maybe meditate on it, slow yourself down, slow your pulse, slow your heart rate, and then truly think about it, write down your authentic thoughts and just get them out. All the fear, all of the excitement, get it all out on paper, and then you can really take a moment to see things more clearly, things that aren't such from a high perspective that you feel like you couldn't ever possibly reach them, because they are available to you. You have this new beginning, which is so exciting to see. Whenever you get an ace, that means a new beginning is definitely possible within the next 6 months. So definitely follow it, allow yourself to bring it in, and just the thought of telling yourself from I will do something, or I hope I could ever get there, to stating that this is in the present, this is something that is within your reality, can make such a big difference. So with all of that said, group 2, I really do hope you enjoyed this reading here today with me, and that the different way that I did it was fun for you guys. I'd love to do this maybe in the next 6 months and see what comes in as well for you guys, and we can keep that cycle going and seeing how we can continue to, reshape and reform outside of our box and, be more mutable like clay. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something you guys would be interested in. Also, if you enjoyed this reading, you can let me know in the comments down below how it went for you, but also please be sure to give this video a like as well. It really does help this channel continue to grow and flourish and keep on growing within this community. So I'd love to see more of that and appreciate it so much. And lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first readings here with me, I welcome you guys to the channel, to these kindred spirits, to this beautiful community. I do timeless readings like this one, as well as ones on your monthly blessings and 2-week ahead readings and forecasts. And I also do some magical videos sprinkled in as well. So if you're interested or you want to join on in, let me know a little bit about yourself down in the comments if you'd like, but also feel free to subscribe. So with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I'm so happy that I was able to bring it to you guys, because this balance and these opportunities truly are there for you. You guys are so worthy of all of this, and I truly do appreciate all of you guys here. So thank you so much for joining. Happy Pride. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this month or whenever you're watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello group 3, if you've decided to choose this box that says Imagine on it, then this is the pile for you. And I'm actually going to be going out of order here today. Normally I pull all of the cards and then we talk about them and then we pull the charms. But today we're actually going to open your box here first, see what's inside your box, see what self-limiting beliefs possibly are in there, what has been projected on you from society and holding you within this box. Why are you in this box and what is still stuck within it? So we're going to be opening that here, which it's going to be containing a small little mini tarot card, as well as a bunch of these words that we're going to be exploring. And it also has a few charms that I pulled out intuitively, so that is all in here. We also are going to be using the watercolor affirmation cards, the Chakra Love Oracle, and the Spellcasting Oracle. And because of Pride, I wanted to do a more magical, unique unicorn deck. So we're using the Crystal Unicorn deck here today. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and open your box. I felt like doing the Zelda thing for you guys. But anyway, so here are all of what's inside. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange them and zoom you guys in so you can see it all. So here we go. All right, so first off, you have the miscommunication charm or the jumbled up charm, the jumper charm or the little frog, and then the, like, I always think of it as like an empty, hollow feeling within this silver star, so something that feels lost even though you're being recognized for it. You have the words mind. I saw kind first, so that may resonate for some of you, but we have mind, adventure, force, bossy. We also have here fast and organize. And then the little tarot card that you guys got is the Knight of Wands. So there you go. That is the Knight of Wands. So we're going to talk about them first. So here with the Knight of Wands talks about someone who is adventurous. They are determined. They have a lot of they just really know what they want and they're going to go after it, and they're very confident in themselves, and they really push for the things that really matter to them. So you have the Knight of Wands here at the center of your box. So these are things that you're holding yourself back from. You have so much potential for adventure, for pursuing your goals and your dreams. And I know that sounds like, oh yeah, of course, everybody has potential, but sometimes we hold ourselves back. We hold that in a box. We contain it. And I feel like you've been containing it. You've been holding it within this little jar and trying to keep it, closed and only opening a bit of it at a time and not allowing everyone to see the amount of potential that you have, almost because maybe you're scared of your potential, or that potential is just bubbling up and you're not really sure how to expel it in the ways that you want to. So how does that really affect some of the other charms and things that we got here? So we do actually have adventure showing up here. So I do think you're trying to, like I said, force yourself back, hold yourself in, hold this possibility, hold these opportunities and your potential in, this tight little space, because you're not really sure how to direct the energy. I think you have a lot of energy, but you're not really sure how to direct that energy towards your goals and your dreams. So they're like, they just like live in this weird land between, you have the potential, you have the ideas, but you're not really sure how to organize them. You're not really sure how to put them to a way that feels organized and is mindful. So that's why it's being kind of forced back. And it also makes sense here with the miscommunication charm, which this is personally for me in a foreign language. So for me, it's like, it's a foreign tongue. It's something that doesn't make sense to you. Or it's something that you haven't delved into before, so you don't know the lingo. You don't know how to exactly pursue it. So especially if you have an idea, but you don't have the elevator pitch. You don't really know how to exactly take that idea and put it into a job or into a business. You don't have all the lingo behind the scenes. You just have the exciting kindled fire and passion. And with passion, it's great to have the passion, but it's hard to put it to work, and that's probably why it's still been stuck in the box. Without, needing that boss energy, without having someone that knows their stuff to help you along. So you may need not necessarily someone who is bossy, but someone who can help create a jumpstart for you, someone who can bring in those structured ideas for you. So maybe you need classes, maybe you need learning, maybe you need education to start bringing these forward. So we're definitely going to be looking into that in a moment, but we do have fast energy too. So there may be also that you're just feeling like things are coming in too fast. But we have the jumpstart charm. So this is a little frog. Personally, to me, some people also say that it's a little smiley face, but I always just think it looks like a little frog hopping around. So I just feel like you guys are ready to jumpstart, but again, you're not really sure where to put it. But then we also have the charm of the little struck through I was gonna say a heart, the star. So this is feeling hollow in something, or that something's been hollowed out, or you're not allowing yourself to be truly seen, right? So this is the silver star. You know that you could get the gold, or you could get higher than that, but you're kind of holding yourself back from your potential again, right? You've only gone for the silver instead of the gold, or you're not pushing yourself to, or not even pushing, but just allowing yourself to see your potential as the gold star. This also represents our faults. So there may be also anxiety or this feeling of not being, high enough in your career or high enough to a stage or having enough to be able to organize or even head towards these things. So it may be that you're wanting to head on this adventure, and this could even be travel as well. So some of you guys may have been wanting to travel but been holding yourself back too, because wands can really represent travel, especially with the page or the knight. But maybe you don't know how to organize your travel plans, find the perfect ticket, the exact route you should take or something like that. So definitely ask for help. I feel like a lot of this is that you're just trying to force it all to work and you need some help. You need some assistance. You have the passion, but you need the mind. So definitely look for people who are more mindful or that can help you on that, the resource side of things, to sort of push you out of your comfort zone, because it's been bottled up in this box. And it just can't stay here for long. It feels already so forced in. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange these on the rest of the board, and we'll start unpacking some more of your reading here. All right, so now that all of that is arranged, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some cards here to now look into the next 6 months. So now that we know what is within your box at this time, what's being kind of held back, what potential you have and in what areas, we're now going to start looking into how you can start carving doors, carving opportunities, creating windows within this box, and coloring outside of the lines, how you can start doing that within the next 6 months to start creating these adventures, to release some of that potential that's being forced into one space. So we have here the sun. So the sun can represent our inner child, letting our inner child out, letting our creativity out, that adventurous side of us. But it also can represent too clarity and seeing things clearly and being seen clearly. So we'll talk more on that once we get some more of your cards. But let's see what else is coming in here for you, group 3 here. So group three, how can you start creating opportunities, doors open? Who could you start talking to create some of this change that you'd like to transform within to? So yeah, let's see here what else you got. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. Like I said, you need to communicate with other people. This is the collaboration card. Of all the cards you could get in the deck, this is the collaboration card. This is the talking it out, bouncing ideas off of other people, because a lot of it's been restrained into just your mind. And other people need to see those ideas, need to be able to experience them and understand them from another perspective and help to organize them. Which is so funny. Also, you got the King of Swords, and I was just saying you needed someone who is mindful. And when I said that, I thought, oh, you're going to probably need a King of Swords type of person or some sort of court within the swords. And you got the King of Swords. They are super resourceful. They have a lot of mind energy. They are really good. They're research. They know their stuff. So you're going to take all the passion and you're going to collaborate with someone else who has all of the wisdom in terms of how to create a business or how to create the structure that can withhold all of this passion that isn't going to just burst. So that's so cool that came up on an intuitive level. But let's see what else is coming in here for you, group 3. So group 3, how can you create these collaborative? So now that we know that you're collaborating with someone, on what level could you possibly start collaborating with them? How might you meet? How might things start to come forward? Let's see anything on that realm. So group 3 here. All right, so you have prosperity. So this definitely means to me that you're either getting a loan, you're asking for help within money or finances to start, helping within that, or generally, I was thinking, you have all the passion, but you didn't know the ins and outs of maybe the financial side of it, or how to start, asking for or creating a space of prosperity for yourself. So there is a lot of prosperity that could be starting to come in and being illuminated within this space when you collaborate and when you create these ideas with another person. So that's really cool to have coming in. Such a beautiful card too. Look at how gorgeous this card is with all this prosperity just being rained down from your passion. So that's super cool to have seen come in too. So if you were also worried that if you left this box, you wouldn't be able to actually see anything thing come forward, people are going to see it and they're going to be like, whoa, what is this? And just sort of rain that money in. So it may not be a ton of money, but it is going to start to begin to flourish, which is really, really cool. So next up we have the Chakra Love Oracle, and this oracle is working with these 7 main chakras. And if you guys aren't familiar with chakras, they're basically energy centers that can go in or out of balance within our body. So within the next 6 months, which one should you be kind of focusing on, so that you can create more balance within that specific chakra? Okay, so you have here the third eye chakra. Interesting, I wasn't expecting this one. So we have the third eye chakra, and if you used any specific stones or crystals within your practice or within your everyday life, amethyst is a great one to be using to bring out your intuition. I actually have amethyst right here, and then this is also an amethyst. So you can go ahead and use that energy if you need to, but there is the amethyst energy. And so this represents your third eye chakra. It can also connect to your crown chakra, but in this case, we're talking about your intuition, that third eye, being able to close your other 2 eyes and really seek and see within what your true vision is. So you have intuition. Intuition is the little tug that pulls you towards your light. And look at how much light there is, right? We have the potential coming in with the, honestly, you have a lot of yellow. And I know this deck has yellow in it, but not all of them really showcase the yellow color a lot. So it's really cool that if you use your intuition, what I'm seeing here really is that who's going to be able to illuminate these ideas is going to be obviously a King of Swords type of person. So the King of Swords, like I said, very mental energy, really going to help with your finances, can help on that mental level, but they're also going to be able to pull you towards that light too, pull you out of this box, pull you out of your comfort zone, because they're going to be showing you opportunity that you didn't think you had. But definitely look intuitively and use your intuition to know who to trust within this King of Swords and who not to as well. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and look at your final message here, and I'll kind of wrap up the final loose ends here. But we are going to be seeing what affirmation you could be saying to yourself in the mirror within the next 6 months to help bring this forward, and what kind of energy is coming in here as well that we haven't mentioned. So group 3 here, group 3, we're looking for how to get group 3 out of their box. So we have, so good. Like I said, you guys have been kind of holding yourself back from your own personal potential, even though you know skills, even though you have potential. Growth has to begin somewhere. So even if it's something small, even if you're just making that very first baby step, even if you're just finally beginning because you have the organization and these people backing you up, that's what's going to help you begin to move forward and to head outside of this box. So yeah, growth has to begin somewhere. You have to allow yourself to grow. You have to allow growth to come towards you. So that's really cool that you got growth has to begin somewhere. Some of the final things that I just wanted to touch on here is you do have a lot of sunflowers that are coming in, and then, like I said, that inner child. So you possibly have also been feeling not only just your potential that's been kind of held back, but also your inner child too, to let them play within the next 6 months. So allowing yourself to not only just play with like kids things, but allowing yourself, like, what did you want to do, when you were growing up as a kid that still possibly resonates within you now, and how can you start heading towards that? Maybe you always had this really exciting project you've always wanted to do, or you've always wanted to take up this hobby, or whatever it is that your inner child really speaks to you right now and needs either healing or wants to just play around. That's what I'm getting, like explore, adventure, play around, possibly even that you within the next 6 months are going to be with a child that you're going to be able to really connect with. So whether that's your own child, a nephew, a niece, maybe you work in childcare, but really there's something about children and needing to collaborate with them as well that could be part of this prosperity and this growth coming in. So with all of that said, group 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading here with me. Let me know in the comments down below how it resonated with you, if any specific charms really hit you, if you enjoyed the format of this, because I'd love to do this again in the next 6 months and see where you guys have possibly grown, and where you could continue to because we continue to move out of boxes, right? But there's new things that come into and creep back into a box. So within the next 6 months, I'd love to do maybe a checkup. So let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Also, please be sure to give this video a like if you really did like it, if this reading really resonated with you. It helps this channel continue to grow, and I really do appreciate it so much. So thank you. And lastly, if you are new to the channel, feel free to welcome yourself down below. I love hearing your guys' stories, how things are going. I just love meeting you guys. So feel free to let me know a little bit about yourself if you want, or connect with me on Instagram. But here on this channel, I do timeless readings like this one, as well as what makes you most proud. I also have done ones on your spiritual and magical gifts and abilities, what makes you most attractive, love readings, and so much more. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe and join this beautiful community of kindred spirits. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have all this beautiful collaborations come in within the next 6 months. You guys got this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.